All right.
Justin Beard says Nicodemus.
Hey, Justin Beard, how you doing?
He says not bad.
All right. So I have some stuff I gotta fix. Some feedback from the boss. Where I got this at? Oh, there's the snippet. All right. Let's see. High level points for the quarry. I want to tell a self-contained story about the quarry that was already overrun by beetles. Don't need beetles outside the quarry, so the first thing I got to do is take off the beetles outside the quarry. Go back out here.
Where are you?
Sun Strand. Turn off the game client. Unity should be showing up. There we go. I got Unity showing. This is the quarry area. I'm going to take off some beetles around the outside area. This feels like it's way too much, I guess. Too cluttered.
If the beetles are too cluttered, that's pretty bad because if you kill or attack one of them, they all come after you.
Well, I mean, they're not that bad right now, but because I've toned it down some. Good, we'll get the ads out of the way early, I guess. Yeah, Justin, just here, get some work done. Jenna's with me here. I don't know if you can hear her real well. We're having Sharon mic tonight. She is actually visiting with me. She has run away from the hurricane. She is a survivor of Hurricane Milton.
Hello.
Her apartment complex apparently is flooded.
Oh yes, lots and lots of water. But I am up here, safe, with my pets.
Yeah, she's safe. She brought her pets, and the most important thing that she brought with her, I made sure I thought it was like, if you're gonna come up, make sure that you don't leave anything in the apartment complex that you would be just absolutely heartbroken to be without. And so she has her computer up here with her, of course, and all of her game consoles made it. Yeah, the hurricanes have been really bad this year.
One after the other.
Yeah, the first hurricane that came through, like it zeroed in on my home, but then at the last minute it dodged us and went northeast. Unfortunately, hit quite a bit of my family up near the South Carolina Georgia border, and they're still trying to get power back.
I don't even know if I have power at my apartments right now.
Yeah, it's looking kind of rough as far as that goes.
Some people that I live near say they ain't gonna get power until the 16th, and that's just a guesstimate.
Wow, that is something.
And it hit like last Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Someone somewhere ran out and saved the PlayStation.
Yeah, I've got some family near Augusta, Georgia, Aiken, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. I think, like I said, they're still sort of working on generators and stuff. Another week left to go. We about 2 weeks ago went up there to try to make sure they were okay and make sure they had gas to run their generators, because gas was out for a while, and then it was a blackout area that went halfway across Georgia. Yeah, Aiken, South Carolina. Lisa, how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, I had an uncle that had 2 trees land on his house. And he's 7 years old. He's been struggling, but he was able to get trees off his house. John, how's it going?
A wolf?
Merles. Yeah, I know that area. Although my family near Walterboro and Charleston are fine too. So
When I worked in the Charlotte area, I worked both in Charlotte, or I worked in Charlotte and I worked a bit over the border in South Carolina. I was always told Myrtle Beach was the beach to go to, like it was kind of like Panama City, like it was Carolina's Panama City, you know.
mm-hmm. I'm gonna move this down to not spawning for now. I don't want to get rid of it totally.
Justin says, I live with a guy named Crazy Jim.
Is Chinny actually doing streaming for Eminem, John? Or is he just doing gaming? Yeah, I love Charleston. Charleston's beautiful.
It is. I drove through there before.
Yeah. But really, you go to Charleston for the food.
Mm. Says John says Chinny is playing a card store owner game.
A car. Oh, it's a simulator. That's great.
Lisa subscribed for 2 whole months.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. That's really sweet of you. Appreciate the Prime sub. That is Prime, right? That's what it means. Yeah. I say it says Prime, and I'm not sure if that means Twitch Prime or is that something different.
It means Lisa really likes.
Yes. Yeah, she does. We appreciate that. It's not expected, but it is appreciated.
Yes, up north now. So glad to not be in Florida right now. Feels so much nicer than being in Florida. Mostly the humidity makes it feel a lot hotter than it is.
Oh, Lisa, that's very sweet. I appreciate it. We have the best game, the best people, the best players. I cannot wait for the next playtest.
I gotta figure out what I want to do when the next playtest happens.
It'll be here for you now, I'm sure. This looks interesting. The spawn volume is kind of large for that area. I don't know if the boss had fixed that or not. I was just going by and showing, actually doing some fixes. John said, was it nice to be? It's nice and cool outside. Justin, I saw a message coming by. It said that it was sexually based, but I think it just misunderstood.
I think when it comes to supporting Eminem, I do think we need to figure out different ways to. If you want a suggestion from me, I always love little weird stuff. Like I know people like shirts, like maybe like a keychain with the monster on it.
Little keychains. I mean, there's a lot of ideas we could do. I personally have asked, not like there's been made a decision on this or anything, but I love Goblin's work, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to have like shirts that have like the 3P event or the 3P pictures where they have person, peril, and place kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the picture of the giant, or like the ones with the goblins or kobolds, right? Or the orc fight. I would love to have it like an old module, like an old D&D first edition module.
Well,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say all the art is beautiful, and the loading screens. I think if y'all made that into an art book, I'd buy that.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, like a tabletop, like a coffee table book,
Yeah, something you can look at while you're in the bathroom or something.
Yeah, be like have in the bathroom. A bathroom book. I know Goblin's gonna love that.
That's. I don't really look at books on the table, on a coffee table. I'm just something where you don't have to like read the back of a soap bottle.
Yeah.
You can admire this beautiful work.
His work is great, but I'd love to have like a hardback book, right? With just pictures on it, or like I said, the T-shirts that look like old first edition modules. Let's see, catching up with stream real quick. Jessica says Florida, when I was there years ago, blew me away with humidity. Ugh. I've never been in a humid state before, and that was my introduction. I know that Jenna is looking forward to getting out of Florida after her fiance gets done with the school.
Oh yeah.
I think she wants to go more in a mountainous terrain, colder area.
Yes, I would. So I want it to snow once a year. I would like to be able to bundle up because I like being in a million blankets, and it's impossible when you live in a state like Florida. If I have to be in a million blankets, my electricity bill has to be super high because my AC has to be 64 or something.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's also move this back down 5. I'm gonna keep spawn volumes here, but I'm just gonna zero out the count for spawns. I got a couple of them. Shawn he says he just wants to keep the beetles on the interior of the quarry.
Justin says, I love where I live now. Frigid winters, but I don't care. I feel the same. I could live in a tundra area. I actually went for vacation this year and took a cruise to Alaska and fell in love with the place. I felt so heart-longing when I left. I wanted to live somewhere like that. That would be so nice.
I think it's kind of cool. I love the whole idea of going on a cruise. I have not done it.
You need to do it. It's just life-changing when you see something different like that.
Hopefully at some point when I don't have to work as much as I'm working. So my thing is I've got the regular day job I'm keeping up with and doing the M&M, which this is not really a job to me. This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know it takes time to do and do right. One day I won't have to work as much.
When we went to what was it? I'm trying to think of it wasn't Juneau because you can't drive from there. There was a place a little bit north, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, there was a place we stopped at. It was Skagway. Skagway, Alaska. And we took a small bus to the Yukon Territory of Canada. And, I mean, it was nice. It was interesting how different the environments changed and how it went from so cold to just a normal temperature.
I just love how beautiful it was up there. The picture you were sending. Justin says he loves where he lives now. Frigid winters, but he doesn't care. Lisa says, I'm in southeastern Ontario. People tend to think Canada is a super cold place. But our lakes didn't even freeze last winter. I used to live in Washington State with Native Alaskans. It was interesting. Not much economy up here, but so they came to Washington. Gotcha. At one point I wanted to live in Seattle, but I sort of changed my mind on that. Just always been in the South myself. Just mostly because of work. I'll be honest with you, I've been fortunate enough always to have work come my way. Something interesting to do with programming. My day job, I'm sort of in aerospace now, but I've done financial sector. I worked a while back before Apple Pay came out. I worked on a project that would become Apple Pay. That was years ago. I got out of the financial sector because it was hard, and it makes you old really quick. Oh, I love the 90s music. So, if you like the grunge music, are you more a Nirvana fan or are you more a Pearl Jam fan? It's sort of like the Stones or the Beatles. It's one or the other. It's not both.
I like both, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam? Yeah, I'm more a Pearl Jam person myself.
I'll listen to either. Yeah, when I visited Seattle, it was nice. I wouldn't live there just because I'm not a big city girl. I don't want to live in a big city like that, but seeing Mount Rainier was gorgeous. I did add a piece of gum to the gum wall.
Justin saying he likes STP Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden. Soundgarden's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good time for music.
Reminds me of when we had an eclipse and my fiance's school has a radio station they own, and for a full straight hour during the eclipse, they played nothing but songs related to the sun or something. So when I turned the radio on, we're going down the road. Black Hole Sun was playing, and something else relating to it. I thought it was silly.
I just noticed this. Backpacks are not rendering correctly. I'll have to mention. Hey, John, you out there? Looks like the backpacks have been turned upside down.
Looks like a little more upside down. It looks like it became one with your body.
Yeah, it's a one with the model. Okay, it's been on. Zuka knows about it. All right, thank you, sir. Check to see if the Beatles are gone. Look back on my snippet. Let's see, risk versus reward. I want this to be a relatively chill location where the players want to hunt for XP and do decent drops. Currently, the mob density looks pretty scary, overwhelming. Negative space. There can be negative spaces. No beetles if we contain. With no beetles, if we maintain a sense of continuity between one cluster and the next. And that'll be the next thing I work on.
John says, after all my shiz fell out of the bag and I lost it, I think he rage quit. No meat.
Alright, so running around, I've got my Sentinel here in the corner, which is what I want.
Running around? You mean soaring around?
That's right. I got the speed gem on. We're going to check, make sure all the beetles are.
You mean sonicking around?
This guy's a roamer. Yeah, that is not me. Yep,
I picked human meat last playtest. I feel like if you eat a playable race meat, I feel like it should do the same effects as normal stuff, but maybe like create a illness or something, like almost like a poison effect. I don't know. Make you mentally go insane for a bit.
Would if you ate drow meat, right? Would you just be sleepy after eating?
Yes.
You know, because like drow poison. Actually, just all right. This guy, I want this guy over here. Yeah. I may have to check the boss and make sure that's good.
Justin says the cook in the inn bought that he cooked up.
All right,
Sounds sus.
just a little bit. Let's see.
Lisa says they call drow meat melatonin. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's great.
Let's see. All right, so we're good with upper area. We go next to Unity. Okay. So boss is saying it's too dense through here. I believe he was talking mostly about the beetles being too dense. That's not too bad.
Is it a trend, Justin? Is everybody becoming a vampire for Halloween near you?
Justin says, so if everyone in Night Harbor becomes vampire for Halloween, I didn't do it.
Look, listen. When I read NH, I was like, New Hampshire, gotcha, not Night Harbor. I'm glad you were thinking monsters and memories.
Break that down to 10.
I was like, okay, is there a thing going on in New Hampshire? You have to be a vampire this year?
I'll say that. And we'll bring some negative space in between here and here.
I faintly recall in WoW, there was a thing where you could like dress up as something for Halloween. Do you think they'll ever do something like that where you can make yourself dress up as like some of the monsters in the game?
Well, I mean, there is illusions in the game for all the models. So, or I don't know if it's for every model, but I've seen people use them. Mostly GMs are using them. So I mean, it's not a unrealistic expectation that at some point players will be able to do illusion, Ashira, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or illusion dragon. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't think you should make them look like they're real Shira if it's like a Halloween costume. No, I think you should make like a cardboard box head that looks like Shira.
Now, granted, to take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, like I said, I've not made that decision, but I mean, I could see it, right? Could see it. I'm gonna go down to 20 on this. 20 with 20, you think would be good for that? 20 with 15.
Yeah, you don't want them to walk into those poles.
No, he just wants me to make it to where there's some negative space between, so it's not I had it to where basically the Cinder Beetles will wind up walking along paths and stuff to try to, so it seemed like they were working before it. But Shawn asked me, he's like, I just need you to make it where there's a little bit more space between the spawns.
Are you gonna make it like where maybe they're holding something and carrying it in different locations? You know how like ants help bring stuff.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean if it's their core.
That's right. There's only 3. We'll go here, 35. We'll bring that down to 15. It'll be a little more concentrated in that one little area.
Maybe they could. The boss of this could be a queen scarab.
Now you're thinking.
Yeah. You have a nursery. This is just me going off like old game
That's right.
information. And there's eggs everywhere, and you come in, and all the eggs just hatch. That'd be cool.
Just it says where I live, I constantly have to tell myself NH is Night Harbor because New Hampshire is very close by.
That was right. Either way, I was right.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys joining me this late this evening, considering it's like midnight here, after midnight. But I wanted to get a chance to do the stream with Jenna while she's here locally with us. And I apologize for the audio being a little off tonight, but it's only because I had to use one mic to share between two.
Yes, you couldn't use your avatar because I don't want it to think it's me.
It would talk, yeah, it would react to her too. So yeah, I can't use the avatar tonight. But Jenna made that avatar for me, and I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
Really I'm trying to get her to make some like emotes and stuff. And if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know.
Is there any emotes y'all think would look great or y'all would use? I would like to take some suggestions.
I was telling her, I was like, maybe she makes some emotes that look like Bones doing some stuff. Like, Bones, I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe I should make, you know how when you kill a skeleton and they all like fall to the ground in a little pile? Maybe I should make Bones a little pile of bones.
Yeah, a little pile. That'd be good.
Oh yeah, Skelly sounds effects are great. Typical ones, Lisa says, for emotes are hey and a heart.
Yeah.
So maybe I should make something to deal with hey and something to deal with a heart sign.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bones don't talk much.
Yeah.
No, I like that one, Lisa. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, we're going to bring this one down. 15, 15. There's 3 in that.
I like it when the Skellies die. Or I'm pretty sure the random screaming when you're walking around is them too.
Yeah. Skeletons are cool. It's like necromancers have these, get zombies as pets and ghouls as pets, but I just enjoy having bones. Yeah, I know. Ziggy's been taking a little break from streaming. And Shawn mentioned the other day on his stream that he's like, at some point he told me, he's like, you're gonna get burnt out. I'm like, I don't get burnt out. But he's like, yeah, it's gonna happen to everybody at some point. It's hard for me to believe it's almost been a year since I started on the team. That's only one. That's fine. 15.
It would be interesting if you made it where some of those building, the plaques built up, the bridge kind of things,
Yeah.
weren't stable, and if you walked on them, they like rattled and then collapsed.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd require animation, right? So you have to get working staff to do that. There's some stuff that they kind of want to have animated, kind of like the gate at Westgate, right in front of the Garrison's at. Man, some of the objects that are animated, I guess, have animation to them.
That's technically animation, yeah.
But I would say they don't do a whole lot of that. In favor of having more of the monsters. There's things I'd like to do, right? But because it's such a small team, we we basically have to watch how much, make sure that we're not overdoing or trying to overcomplicate things. And hopefully, like later on, we'll add stuff, all the bells and whistles. But for the most part, it's just zone population
and just
items. Make sure you get loot tables right, all that stuff.
Justin says, I've been to our local McDonald's. Had their fries over 400 times. I'm not sick of them yet. Fair. I like clown food too.
That looks pretty good. Go around this way. Let's combine this a little bit.
Somewhere that I've eaten over 1 million times. It's not in all y'all's location, but there's a place called Huey Magoo's, and it's delicious.
Magoo's?
Oh yeah, chicken.
Yeah, I can't wait to come to Magoo's up this way. I got a chance to eat one Magoo's at Greenville with Jenna a while back, and it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a upscale Zaxby's, I guess.
Zaxby's and Cane's are the more predominant chicken tender places, but it's better than both of those. I've had both of those because now there's a Cane's where I live. Weirdly enough.
Cane's, that's a chicken place too?
Yeah, it's a chicken place. Some people say it's a chicken place of the West.
Like, if you had to go one place for like nuggets, where would you go?
Nuggets.
And I'm gonna say not only just like restaurants, like who's got the best nuggets? Period, hands down. Like you went to like let's say a grocery store and it's like it's like Tyson's Nuggets or whatever. I'm just throwing something out. But like, who has got the go-to nuggets? And you can tell me, you can say his price wise or it just tastes better or whatnot.
Then if you're adding grocery store stuff into it, it's kind of weird.
So it's going to be a restaurant over grocery store.
I think grocery store over restaurant because Publix popcorn chicken's really good.
Okay. Popcorn chicken from Publix.
Yeah, get it from the deli. They make it pretty for you. But if you're going to tell me nuggets from like cheap places that you drive through, out of all the cheap places you can get nuggets from, I think Wendy's has the best.
Wendy's? Yeah, I kind of like Wendy's nuggets. They're pretty good.
Average price, well seasoned, delicious. Now they got them sauced, which is even better.
I have not tried them since they've been sauced. I don't usually go as far as that goes for nuggets.
Burger King, their nuggets, they're okay. They are the cheapest, I think, the last time I checked prices, but they're okay.
Dragon, welcome. Glad you could join us. Look, I wanted to tell you, thank you so much for the gifted subs last time. I didn't get a chance really to say anything. I did try to respond in chat before we left, but I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Justin says, I don't have an answer that doesn't involve McDonald's in some way. To me, I feel like McDonald's has been slacking the nuggets lately. It's like I seem to remember, they seem to be thinner to me. And it may be one of these, I may have like one of these Mandela effect things, like maybe I'm remembering it differently than what it is. But it seems to me that they are much thinner than what they used to be.
I don't know about that, but I do know that my number one nugget wouldn't be Wendy's if Burger King had the Crown Nuggets still.
crown. That, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, they used to look like a freaking crown.
Wendy's, I'm in agreement. Probably Wendy's have got the better nuggets.
Yeah. And you know who has some good fries? I actually really like Taco Bell's fries when you dip them in the nacho sauce. I wish it was all the time though. Sometimes I pull up to Taco Bell and I look at the menu and I'm like, "You got the nacho fries?" And they're like, "No," and I just don't say anything. I drive off.
Just drive off. It's like you're not worthy for a response.
It's not even, no, that's the only thing.
Something I've noticed lately, like going up to drive-through like Taco Bell. You know, I'm not too ashamed to admit that I go to Taco Bell on occasion. Right? To give me a burrito, because it's fast, quick, you know. What gets me is like you order your, I don't know if everyone else does this, but Taco Bell does this. You'll order your food, and they'll be like, "Hey, all right, can you wait at the sign for a minute?" Right? So then they'll tell you when you can, you know, where you're ordering at. You got to wait until they tell you move on up, right?
Yeah.
You get up to the window and then they give you your stuff. And I know it's because these guys they're trying to game the system because they only got so many seconds per order that they've got to get out the door.
When I worked in fast food, they had a timer. And if we didn't have you out of our line by that timer, we got to write up. So that's what it is. And you get 3 write-ups, you're fired.
Yeah. So like I said, they're game this. I can't really blame these guys, but they figured out how to beat their bosses. They're looking and going like, "Wow, y'all got perfect, you know, coverage or whatever." And what they're doing is just saying, "Hey, just y'all wait there at the sign until we let you know when you're ready."
Oh, Hendo subscribed at tier 1.
Oh, thank you, Hendo. Appreciate it.
They've subscribed for 2 whole months.
Oh yeah, they used to have like a protein bowl here at Justin Beard. That was pretty good, and it wasn't bad. They've been doing like the Catalina stuff or whatever it is, and that's all right. But I mean, it's nothing like going by and getting like a burrito supreme when you're hungry.
I can't say anything. When I go to Taco Bell, it's usually because I'm trying to save money and I don't want to cook at home.
Yeah.
So I always get their box. It doesn't matter what's in it. I just get the combo box.
Yeah, but that Taco Bell, man, I'm just telling you, it's kind of like Crystal. I know people up north have got like the White Castle, but in the South we have this Crystal, and we call them gut grenades here in the South, because you'll eat them and man, you crave them, but after a while, boy, they'll come back to bite you.
I try crystals every once in a while, but honestly, they're not that cheap, you know, anymore. And they haven't changed. I feel like if they were cheap, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. But they haven't changed, and I spend so much every time I go. So I'm like, eh.
Promise. Hey, Promise.
Hey.
Jasper says, how come more places don't do Mexican pizza? I know. Mexican pizza is really good. Yeah. I mean, there's been times where like your mama sent me out just for Mexican pizza without anything else. She's like, I don't care what you go get to eat, but I want the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And they don't do it all the time. It's kind of like the McRib. McRib I never want.
Whoever in the corporate of Taco Bell decided that we should have these food items, whatever food items, for a limited time, I will go into hand-to-hand combat with them.
So Jen's with me tonight. I may do a stream tomorrow, but Jen's gonna have to go back to her apartment tomorrow and check and see what the damage is. Yes. Hopefully, it will still not be flooded by that time.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I may have to go. You know, if they still don't have gas and stuff, I may have to go down there and save her, bring her back for a couple of days.
Well, you're lucky. It takes just a little bit under a tank to get to my house from here.
You might want to get you a can and bring the tank with you too. So, yeah, from all the videos we've seen, it's been like 2 feet of water, maybe.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's still a lot of water. And like the governor's saying that it's still the water's gonna creep up from all the water in the inland coming out, trying to rush out the ocean.
That's for Tampa.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side though, but still, I'm in like the Volusia County area, and if you've seen videos, there's water everywhere.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Like, I'm just just the amount of damage from 2 hurricanes this year. And I didn't think it was going to be that bad because they're so late. It's most of the hurricanes, like when you were little, hurricanes would always come in like late August or early September. Yeah. Right now it's later in the year.
I think you should make. I think you should totally make She-Ra ride on the bugs. Like mount them like horses.
I mean, okay, so the plan is to at some point have like mounts working, right? Okay. So I mean, they've done horses, and at some point, and then Goblin's done a lot of art for mounts, but it's not like the type of art because they want to get all the races in and the things for you to fight and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, that is the plan.
Like, I want some bizarre mounts. I don't want just a horse.
Well, I mean, have you seen the lizard that the Goblin did, right?
Lizard?
Yeah, he did like a lizard for like the underground, for like Dark Elves to ride.
I feel like if you ride a lizard, since the way they move, like you should move like a snake. Like if you were in first person, it would be constantly looking left and right.
I would not want to play the game in first person. I would be so sick. Move this down about 15.
Imagine if you had to play it in VR and you did all that little dancing of a spell casting in VR with your arms wiggling.
Yeah. 3 of them there.
I do wish
bring that down to 3.
More games would be a little more open, because I know I wish more games would be open to coming out in VR. Just because with how much a good VR system is, it's not really like how slow paced games coming out in VR.
Yeah.
It's not really convincing to a lot of people, which is completely understandable. You don't want to buy a $1,000 VR set and only get one new game every like 2 years.
Yeah, by the way, I got the PlayStation 2 VR. Yeah, It was only like 1 or 2 games actually came out for it last year, and I was so looking forward to trying, because I know you've had VR for years.
Yeah.
And I was like so upset because it was like I was expecting some other games to come out, and they just never did. And I was like, are they just going to drop Sony just gave up on it? They're just like, one shot. Hey, this was our shot at it. If people aren't buying it, we're not going to do anything with it. But I was really excited this year. They've got like a conversion piece now that will allow me to be able to use the VR stuff with PC, which I think is great, because that way I can at least find some games that I could try to play. And granted, I don't get to play much games, but I've always wanted to see what it was like to play like a tabletop game in VR, right?
You're gonna need to go to VR chat for that. I'm sure someone has a world where you can have a tabletop simulation.
Yeah.
And also, I believe Tabletop Simulator can be played in VR.
Okay. Yeah, Jenna was telling me there's a game she's playing that's like just the tabletop has got a bunch of games like Uno and I guess like card games and.
Tabletop Simulator is very much exactly what it sounds like. You buy the game, and it has a couple things given to you, like small card games. But what you really buy the game for is the modded community, because every game you can think of is in Steam mods. I've been playing games like Talisman, like
oh man, the original Talisman?
Yeah, that's on there.
That's awesome. Clickbone, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Man, the original Talisman back like in the 80s was amazing.
There's smaller games like Cards Against Humanity. There's Munchkin with all of its DLC. Someone did that. So,
Steve Jackson game. I didn't much get Steve Jackson, right? I don't know.
um, there's really bizarre games. Like, I don't know if you remember seeing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
stuff like that.
I think I have. Well, let me go back here and fix this. You said anything that's above a 3 needs to be a 3. Let me go back to my instructions. Instructions. Snippet. Beetle population feedback. High level point story tells a self-contained story about the quarry that was already overrun by beetles. We do not need beetles outside the quarry. Alright, so that's been eliminated. We go on that. This was reward. We want this to be relatively zero location where players want to hunt for XP and decent drops. Currently, the mob density looks pretty scary, overwhelming. I have fixed that. I have also changed the quarry social system to where uh, there's only only one mob in there that actually can pull um, farther away than anybody else, and it makes sense for that mob to be able to pull others if he's messed with.
You know what? It would be a shirt I would buy if y'all made silly shirts. You should make the front of a t-shirt the like night sky,
Yeah.
like a little bit missing of the night sky, and the back of the shirt the eyeballs of the giant.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. So once for relatively chill location, players 100 XP. This drops currently. Mob density looks pretty scary, overwhelming. Negative space. There can be spaces with no beetles. If we maintain a sense of continuity between one cluster and the next, your guiding question when populating an area like this should be, as a player, why should I hunt here instead of somewhere else? It's a good question. It's a good guideline for that. I thought about that myself. Action item: remove the beetles outside the quarry. Done that. Create more empty space between clusters. I'm sort of working on that. Reduce the density of larger spawns, 5 to 7 mobs to 12. Allow for reasonable pulls. I think I've done that. I don't believe I had anything that was really high between 5. I've had 5, but not like 5 7. I think because they were closer, it was causing an issue. Create smaller non-roaming clusters around visual landmarks. Force players to deal with 3 to 4 miles at once. We've done that. Link clusters together with pathers or small volumes without filling the empty spaces. These are indifferent. I got that fixed already. Determines how much threat they have in hunters. Story and players risk versus war. We should be mindful quests that can be trivialized to add too much static spawns of a certain type. In this case, Scare of Armor Quest. I think this is turning out pretty good. The Scare of Armor stuff's been done for a while. People have already been finding it.
I feel like I feel like the scarab armor shouldn't be found unless maybe you're at a shooter camp or something. Maybe the scarab armor can only be crafted.
Yeah, I mean, there is that.
I just feel like if you find it laying around a scarab camp, that's a little scary. I'd be a little more scared of scarabs.
Well, I mean, in this case, I mean, it's fabricated, but it's
Yeah.
not necessarily fabricated by the player. But it's its own quest. At some point, it may actually have it where players can make something like that. Depends. That's still sort of up in the air. Because we want to have some stuff that you can actually quest for or turn stuff in, and then maybe the quality of it. Maybe if you make beetle armor yourself, it's a better quality than something you just turn in to get a quest piece for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. We have those discussions kind of all the time. Are going this way? Oh, here's one that's got to be fixed. It's got to be down 3. Bring this down 15. 15.
Almost done beating Monster High Rise.
Yeah.
Yep, trying to beat it before Wilds comes out, which I still got a while. Wilds comes out next year.
So Rise is what you're looking forward to this year?
No, Wilds, and it's next year.
Oh, gotcha.
I've already like pre-ordered the maximum package you can get from Wilds. Hendo says, you making the quarry run a little smoother?
Yeah, this I've taken some feedback from my boss, Shawn, 11 Robot. He has been trying to hit me up as far as trying to do stuff in async, sending me notes and stuff because we work at different time periods. And I'm a programmer by trade, but game design I'm kind of new on this, so I'm learning a lot on the fly. It's not that it's hard, but there's a lot of unwritten rules or best practices that. Of course, Shawn being in the industry for a long time is like, oh yeah, this rookie mistake, you got to do this. So I've been trying to separate the mobs spawns in the quarry so it's a little easier to pull, and then you got a little bit more negative space between. So it's not as easy to get overrun by them. I did fix the. I was telling them a while ago. I fixed the social distance between the beetles, be able to assist each other. So it's it's more reasonable. So hopefully there won't be like
there is a
god. huge train of beetles going back to Night Harbor. But it was a beautiful sight to see. I mean, when you see that many beetles, all lit up at night, it looks like a snake of fire going back to Night Harbor. It's amazing. It is something to behold. It will put the fear of the gods.
Beetles are hard enough by themselves. Whenever I do attack them, I've learned very quickly to check to see if there's another one. You can't handle 2.
That, and I've asked Nick to change some of the specials on the beetles so they're a little bit more unique. They should not be pushovers for sure. Look at that. How's that? Is it 4?
Hendo says 30 plus mobs and just a long conga line of beetles.
That's
or
right.
goblins.
That's right.
I don't know if you ever watched that one episode of SpongeBob where they all get in a line to spank the dude's butt as he walks through their legs. That's your character and the line's the Beatles.
SpongeBob is amazing. Let's go 10-10 on that. That should be, it's closer to what we want. And then we'll break that down to 3.
He says, I always ran to Salt Flats, though, not Night Harbor.
Harbor?
Harbor.
All right. 5 here. We'll break that down. Get that forest at.
So, I haven't been to the quarry yet, but Hendo says that there are goblins there.
There are.
What if you're a goblin?
Ideally, right? You can go up and talk to them. The only thing is that these guys are pretty darn territorial, right? And if you're not on the payroll, they don't want you there. They don't want anything to do with you.
Are they more like bandits, or just kind of keeping to their own?
Yeah, like outlaws. Yeah, they're sort of they've taken over the mine as their own little territory.
Gotcha.
There's actually, I think, 3 different factions inside here. You got the got the beetles, kind of wander around, sort of infestation. You got the Church of Trim that's, trying to reestablish the mine after so much time, and then you got the goblins. Everyone's got their own motives. Zim, thank you for the follow. I'm still not getting the pings for these when they show up. I gotta figure out what's
It
causing
might be because I'm not you. I'm signed into Twitch as myself, but I don't get information about your followers.
Yeah, a while back I used to get pings and stuff. A little audio cue.
Yeah.
And it's not showing up anymore. Yeah. At some point I need to get like with Jenny or somebody. Somebody's actually done a lot of stuff with the Twitch streaming and figure that out.
A lot of when I watch Twitch streamers, when someone follows or does something special, they have a little icon that starts coming up or something.
Yeah, see, I'm supposed to have that on here, so it just for whatever reason it's just stopped working.
Maybe I need to make you a silly little icon.
Yes, yes, please make me a silly little icon. All right, we got that. That's saved.
I need to make an icon for you when somebody follows you.
Yeah, sure.
An icon for you when somebody subscribes to you.
Yeah, I love that. I want all the icons.
All the icons.
Actually, I think as I start as a Twitch streamer, I think I get 5 to start with. Just the little emotes they used to do.
Oh yeah.
Those little cartoon emotes. Yeah, I love those.
Okay.
I think they'd like it too. Got this here. I'm almost done with the Beatles. Break this one down.
Dragon says, choo-choo train of mobs, the state of unrest was always fun, ...
Yeah, I agree.
You say that, it sounds like PTSD.
It is a little. It was.
You're gonna have to make a goblin therapist for players to go talk about the many mobs of
Everyone's got a story about how a train messed them up back in EverQuest days. That's 3. That's good. These guys are fine. This is fine.
And you'll talk to your goblin therapist and you'll be like, Mr. Nicodemus, how many bugs you said effed you there? All at once?
That's right.
Yes.
Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, it looks much more manageable. I mean, it's still a lot. It was much more complex than that when I first started.
Of course, I don't do any programming, so that looks like a lot.
It's just padding. Yeah. I mean, you want a lot of padding.
It looks like you know what you're doing.
And Simon actually changed some of the contour of the cave wall here. Originally, this was much more a lot of open space. I may actually get rid of some of that still. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Let's see. Yeah. And I have it where, some mobs where you pull as you go.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I just thought of a great idea y'all should do. So y'all kind of got it like almost like a maze walking through there.
Yeah. Simon did a really good job making it look. Because originally, okay, so when I first started, I mean, most of the stuff I had done for M&M before I started the Quarry was doing mostly art, and zone design, basically just like what Goblin does, except for just in terrain, doing maps and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what Shawn liked about what I did. Aside from the stories and stuff I wrote for him. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to have like the zone maps we're working on. He's like, we can't find something that works really good for Fallen Pass. So Fallen Pass was the first one I did, and I absolutely love like how it's sort of evolved because it's not exactly the way the map was, but it's real close. And so the contour, the major shapes, and how the zone sort of has these great vistas as you're going through it. It's good. But Shawn had told me, it's like, all right, so you do really good on this little art. I need you to fix this quarry, because originally the quarry was going to be just like a little small pit that had just a couple of guys in. That's what it was. But I guess Pattis was doing this, and he made this huge complex for the quarry. And he's like, "There's so much space here. I just need you to come up with a story for this." So you just let me have it.
I think it's a good thing because I imagine quest reasons. There's going to be people who might need to get stuff for quest here, and if you're doing an MMO, there's a lot of people there at once.
I was thinking about it. So why would the quarry be used, or what was the thought process behind it? What was the history of it? A lot of times when I'm looking at designing something, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so it's not just what you see, it's what got it to that point, right? What were the events that happened, and say, for instance, if it was a keep or a castle, what's the history of that keep? Why was the castle built there? Has it had many owners, or has it changed as the rewards been fought? What's the background of that thing? So everything has detail to it, and I was just trying to figure out, okay, well, it makes sense. The quarry was used to build, let's just say some of the, obviously, like Night Harbor, stuff in Night Harbor, but and then Night Harbor's been built, right? So, well, what do we need the quarry for, right? So it just come out that Shawn was like, well, what if the quarry started back up? Maybe someone invested in it and bought it, So that's how I got started. And not giving a whole lot of extra stuff away. But I like the story that it's telling now.
Yeah.
I think there's like 10 quests so far that I've put in this area. Okay. And like I said, it's to the point where I'm happy with it, like the way it is. I am concerned about stuff that I haven't really, because this is my first real game development sort of area and learning how to do the zone population. So I'm kind of interested to see how this works and make sure that I'm gauged it right, because it's not a low level area. It's between, I think, 15 to 30, which is quite a bit of spread. Yeah. Right. Sort of the halfway point in this, as far as you can level up to 30, but it's not an easy level 30 either. It's hey, we're going to get a group and start doing this. It's not made to be solo kind of thing. It's a party area. I think at one point, it's supposed to be like, oh, it's a dungeon above ground, but it's not really a dungeon. It's more of let's just go as a group to go hang out in a spot. Maybe get, take out some beetles or some goblins and get a little bit of loot. And being that it actually is a quarry, it's got mining area, mining methods and stuff, so you can mine and get some cash that way.
It'd be a great place to have if you're, how I took alchemy for one of the things you click on in the beginning of the game. You choose to go down some kind of craft thing for the mining skill. It'd be a great quest for that skill. You also have some kind of rare mining equipment or thing you only get here.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be some rares in the area. Yeah. I will say that right now, the way the spawns are put up, it's not as rare. Yeah. Mostly because it's still in a evaluation phase. Nick's got to go through it, make sure it looks good. Shawn's got to approve it. Yeah. So there's a bunch of approvals, and then once they go, yep, this feels good, we're gonna put this, put these NPCs on this timer, we're gonna do this on this timer, it's that stuff is outside kind of my control for that, as far as but like I said, I like the way it's shaping up right let's see. I gotta check. Let's go back here, take off the Unity, put back on Image Client.
You're gonna run around and see what it looks like?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
It's dark. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's what it'll be like.
Everybody just got blinded.
Yeah. Alright, so this looks fine the way this is up here.
Running around at the speed of sound.
Jupiter says, "Oh my God, I'm on stream." Kind of. Yeah. Yes, you are. And this says, "Time to call it a night for me. I'm sure you'll do great. Quarry, already loving it. Hopefully, all's well on your trip back, Jen."
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, just keep bringing thoughts, man.
I'm gonna take some back roads because I don't want to ride down 75.
I don't blame you. Man, that was a mess trying to get back up here.
Usually a 6-hour trip took me 9 hours.
Yeah, usually, like I said, about 6 hours for you to get up here.
Yeah. And that was like trying to do 75. If I stayed on there, I would have been way longer. But I jotted off and took some really back roads.
Yeah, she left like, I think, 2 days before the hurricane hit.
1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, so she got out at the right time, and it just got to
I hit campus traffic.
Yeah, it was completely backed up. There's people who were, running out of gas on the side of the highway.
I knew how bad my area got flooded last hurricane. As soon as I got any evacuation order, I was getting out of there.
Well, take care, Hendo, if you ain't already gone. Alright, so zone is just reloaded. Let's go take a look, see how this looks. This should be a little bit more sparse. Yeah, it looks sparse here. That looks good. There's a group there, a small group here.
I could take, I think 2's fine. 4 is gonna mess you up.
Yeah, 4 is like the maximum I do. Yeah. 3 here, that's fine. I've got it to where they don't aggro me right now.
Yeah. And if there's like 5,
Cinder
you're
workers.
done for. You're baloney.
Yeah.
What is that? What even is that?
Oh, these guys back here, these are sentinels.
There's 3.
Oh yeah, this is.
No, there's 4.
Yeah, these are the big guys, and yeah. I mean, you come back this way, but be prepared.
I feel like we're playing EDF back there.
Yeah. Earth Defense Force.
Oh, it's a new game that's fighting bugs.
Oh, they got Starship Troopers coming out.
Oh, that one's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It seems to me ever since what was it, Helldivers came out.
Helldivers is the other one.
That it has sparked the imagine. Because I would say that I'm surprised that like something like Starship Troopers or the Warhammer 40K game has not really hit or resonated. But now that you got that game, the Helldivers game, that came out with such a huge hit this year, I'm not surprised that they're trying to make other clones or whatever using IP to get those dollars.
From what I've heard from Helldiver players, I played it a little bit in the beginning and stopped. But from what I've heard, it's just like if players feel like they haven't done much to the game, which is kind of a bummer because it felt like such a great game. Like it's been a minute since a game's like great at the beginning. I've been a Earth Defense Force fan for a while, and I love that game. If you like Helldivers, if you just want a little more silly of a game, it's great.
This area is starting to look pretty good. I mean, it's still got a little continuity to it, but they're close enough together now. And there's negative space through here. I'm not gonna bother him.
Oh no, he seems bothered.
He's got the best padding I've ever done on an NPC.
So, like, are those little ones following him? Like, are those, no.
No.
I feel like maybe y'all should make some little ones follow the big ones like they're babies or something.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, not too hard either. Or it'd be cute if you had the little ones on the backs of the big ones.
That would take a little bit of code.
Yes, it would.
At least of us
EDF.
knows what EDF is. It wasn't EDF supposed to be like an indie developed game? Is that right? I mean, it sort of feels like it was an indie game.
I don't know. I don't know what it started as. Like, I played it. I started on 4, and now there's 6. So, this is the song for EDF. It says, to save our Mother Earth from any alien attack, from vicious giant insects who have once again come back. We'll unleash all our forces. We won't cut them any slack. The EDF deploys.
It's just over the top, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't take itself real seriously.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. And like, you know, your brother played that too. He loved it.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. Especially when you get like a group of people. And the most silly part about every EDF game is you get a certain, it's level based, you know, you just keep trotting through the levels, but you'll get to a point where big frogs come down and they're on their back legs so they stand up like humans, and then you'll hear the army people be like, why do they look so much like us? And they're literally just frogs standing up. It's just...
I think I'm good on this for tonight.
What's that guy doing? He's out of the quarry.
He is out of the quarry. He's a sentinel. He's doing his job. I'm gonna go back and I mean, Shawn may turn around and say, well, you know, I said all the details, you know, but I'm sitting there thinking sentinels. It makes sense for them to do some sort of patrolling around the outside area behind, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see how it looks at night.
Alrighty. The whole screen goes black.
Bam! Look at that. So lights are not that bad right now.
I feel like the bigger bugs should light a bit brighter. Like their butts should be the brightness of the sun.
I gotta get with Nick at some point and see if he's fixed the staff at Moans. He's supposed to be working on an effect for me, so I can finish up Moans' bunch. I want to get that done at some point, but there's a piece of that I don't control.
I'm gonna have a so if y'all ever do guilds in this game.
Oh, there's guilds in the game. Are you talking about like guilds? Are you talking about like
yeah, you name your own guild.
Yeah, we got that.
I'm gonna name mine like the Stars of Scarabs or something like that.
What I like, you know, what's this? If I fly up,
Don't tell me the stars are actually scarabs. You all just put a whole bunch of scarabs up there.
But I mean, look how pretty this is, right? Isn't that cool?
It is. I really was expecting you to fly up and just be swarmed by just standstill scarabs with their butts pointed down.
And at one point, the lights were so bright, right, that you could look around and the whole quarry was lit up. But now it's not as bad. You can sort of tell.
Looks like little fireplaces.
Right. I think it gives the quarry a distinctive look, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not like I intended it to be that way, but it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that they're still going to work on the lighting effects.
Yeah, you're green right now.
Yeah, the green light is from staff. Yeah, it's got two effects trying to go off at once, and it's not working. So it's been decommissioned until we can get that sorted out. Let's see. Just trying to think if there's anything else we need to do tonight. I just want to get a chance to stream with you since you're going to be heading back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a chance to come up this way, and anytime you have hurricane, you're always welcome to come up this way and hang out with us for a couple days, whatever.
Looking like once a year now.
I know. Feels like it's more often now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I do worry about all the people that have the mess that they've got down there. It's still, it'll take them weeks to clear that out.
Mm-hmm. They didn't get all of the debris from Helen cleaned up.
Yeah, that's right.
And then that got scattered back over from the next hurricane. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, still people on the other side of Georgia still, are dealing with it, reeling from, and a lot of people without power still.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary. And think about people in Nashville, North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's been whole houses that have been washed out down the road. You got a cousin that was living there, lost not only his house but lost his workplace too. He's fine. His family's fine. They went to I think Charleston to live with his in-laws until all that can get all cleared up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's tragic and sad that people have to do that. Let's see. All right, guys. I guess it's 1:20 on Saturday night. I enjoyed streaming with you guys for a little bit. I'll try to get back tomorrow to stream tomorrow night. Jen's gonna have to head back tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So
I may not have power, so let's see what's going on.
We'll find out where she's at tomorrow. But before we go or whatnot, you guys don't have any questions or anything. Thank y'all for the subscriptions and follows. Hendo with I guess it's the second month, and Lisa with second month. I guess that's what that means. 2x.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. Why can't I throw tomatoes yet?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't thinking about throwing the tomato stuff, but I did see that there was like a die roller.
Oh.
Yeah, so like you could have people spend like was it it's not the not the little, I guess the current channel currency, but like the what do they call that? Is it it's not gemstones or gems or whatever. And then you can because some of that has to go toward the people that made the piece or the bolt on for the dice. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to have, in case you want to roll at some point.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too corny with stuff. I don't want the channel to have too, because I want to show a little bit about development. Bring a little bit of light to the game and try to to add value to people. Because especially like I hear all the time on the Discord that people want to play and you know, it's you know, we're doing development. We'd like people to be able to be part of our journey, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And so I try to get people stream as much as possible. But it's been kind of a slow month. People have been on vacation.
Yeah.
Some people had to take some breaks and stuff. I mean, that's common, right?
Yeah. True.
So,
Dragon says Toodles. Thanks for
um,
sharing.
yeah. Thanks for sharing. Happy Canadian Happy Thanksgiving Day. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Bye.